Hi everyone, I'm here in InDesign. I'm going to show you how to create a color palette using the Adobe Color Themes palette. But first of all, I want to show you I've got a cleaned up swatches palette here. I just simply went into the pull down menu and grabbed the select all unused. That had all the default colors, and I just simply hit the trash can to delete them. Now I'm going to go into my window across to Adobe Color Themes, and that's going to pull up this palette for me. And I can use, you can see in this palette, we've got a couple areas right now where we're in create. If we go into explore, these are preset themes. I've created a series of themes in the past, and these are the various themes that I've selected and saved. The problem that you have to recognize potentially is that this color library, these themes are directly linked to your account, your Adobe ID. In the college, perhaps when you try to log on the lab computers, you won't have access to your own individual ID, and that's simply because the software has been licensed as what is known as an enterprise arrangement or agreement, which means that they are not unique accounts. So if you're using your own personal account, this will work for you. Okay, let's get back to the color here quickly. So this center icon here is my base color. Okay, this is my base color right here. I can choose from a series of standard colored themes. So let's go out and actually grab a color. I'm going to grab the eyedropper tool. I'm going to go up and I'm going to click on this really bright orange up here. And you can see that it's populated here in the swatch and up here in the control panel. And then the next thing I'm going to do is the center icon here on the color themes palette is to push the color from the active windows out here into this environment. And this is going to give me a theme. So there's my analogous. Now I could tighten that analogous up if I wanted to, or I can make it broader. I can also go ahead and there's a monochromatic, perhaps a complementary. Now I can always adjust, just because this is my base that I selected on my eyedropper. If I wanted to get to something that's a little bit more interesting, perhaps, you can play with the sliders down here, or you can adjust directly onto the wheel. This is my complementary theme. I'm going to go ahead and save a complementary theme and see if I can work with that. I'm going to do that by simply clicking on this grid with the plus symbol, and that's going to push this up now into my swatch palette. Let's go ahead and make one more option, and I will make, let's have a look at a triadic. Let's see if we can get a little bit more red in there. I think I'd rather go with analogous. There we go. And let's get some nice deep reds. That's much better. Good. Alright, so let me save these now as well. So that's going to give me two color palettes, and I'm going to kind of get some ideas of what kind of themes I want to go with. Do I want that blue, or do I want to go with more of a pink and red and the warm colors? Now simply all I have to do, and again, we're creating this for as the graphic components, the elements. So what I'm going to do, I've got a box here, a text box that has an inset, and my background, I just want to fill that background. So right now it's set for none. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it's active, and I'll go down here and let's select this orange. And right now it already looks like there's a transparency, so let me show you what that transparency looks like. I'm going to change my workspace here to typography, and we'll get up my effects palette. In my effects palette, if you can see here that my object is set for 100, but down here my fill is set for 34% opacity. So let me just show you. Here's at 100% of that orange color, and dropping it down brings it down to, let's drop it to 30. It just creates a little bit of a nice subtle transparent effect in the background. I'm going to take this color theme and drop that in with my swatches up here. I can go ahead and apply that any of those colors perhaps to my my type as well. So I hope that was helpful. Again, it's very simple to use and a great way to come up with a quick configuration for a color palette.